do what I do usually, but you do. Sorry about that. Carry on. Hello.
It's great for our audio listeners.
Okay, come. Introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm your co-host for the day, Messyboy239, and this is my co-host.
Ronaldinho.
Well, I really don't know anything about soccer.
Coming from you, I Roald Dahl.
The author?
No, the
Why is Roald Dahl in it?
Ronald.
Just Roald Dahl. Well, I
Roald
rolled into a penalty kick.
Oh, I thought Adele. Rolling in the deep.
How many things are we bringing together?
No, so basically you're Messi, what? 239?
I'm Messyboy239.
Messi boy.
Messi,
Yes, who says you're clean?
Maggie's biggest fan.
You're Maggie's boy 239.
I'm Maggie-boy27.
Why your number changing?
It's my boy Snake Penis 29.
I don't I'm leaving the podcast already. Okay.
I just bumped the table.
Oh, when I do, I get yelled at.
Clearly, because you're the woman.
Actually, today we're in a really cool spot. As you can see, we're under a block. No, we're not. But the table here looks like those under the block. But it's actually really light.
So my phone is just out, hanging out.
Oh, sorry.
Whose fault is it?
Yours, sir. Okay, so this episode, you suggested shut your mouth, people.
We're in a place with other people.
Yeah.
We're in our shared studio.
Apartment. Go apartment. Can you move that side? No, I have to move here. There. We got our apartment couches. I was trying to angle the way to show the thing.
We're in our shared apartment over here in. If I remember to put the beep noise.
Are you gonna say the name?
Rio.
We're talking about World Cup.
Are we? We're to segue into it very flawlessly. Very
Okay, so why are you Messi boy, Maggie boy, and all that?
I'm Snake Penis 29.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I'm Messyboy239.
Do you actually have a favorite soccer player before you chose Messi, or is that the name that came to mind for you?
No, I just say Messi because I can use the Messi boy thing. Say, what kind of a name is Messi?
Lionel. That's the first name though.
Have a normal name, have an English name. You know, what kind of a name is Messi?
What kind of name is yours? You don't have an English name. Your name is an English name. Got them Arabs.
My Arab name is.
All Arabic names, yeah.
It's like the first one that came to my head. It's like I can't say that anyway.
Does it start with O?
It starts with Q. I think it.
Kabil?
No.
Qaida?
I'll tell you after we record.
Qaida?
No. Even that's arguably worse.
Qatar. No, that's the airlines. What's that? Tell me quick. But we speak to the mic. But tell me.
I want to see how you react to it. It's like. Correct. You're supposed to.
Bye guys, it's been a really fun episode. I think I'm retiring as the role of
We're coming out on top.
What is it coming out again?
Speaking of what I just said, I almost said it out loud.
I'm glad you didn't say it, Joe. You could have. Who knows? You could have added to the viewership. But yeah, so today
Speaking of halal things, the World Cup is being held in Qatar this year.
You white. Qatar. Can you just say Qatar? Like normal.
How is it? How do? Because I've never heard like
Qatar.
any turban ever actually say it.
Any what?
Any turban. Any songko ever say it.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Because all I hear about Qatar is
Qatar. Oh, is he starting it again?
Qatar. I'm gonna say it different every single time.
Katana.
Everything I hear about Qatar. Oh, you can see my ankles. My ankles.
Cankles.
I guess I may as well own it since you've seen it.
Higher.
See my kicks.
And then show your socks also. Show your socks. No, as in just remove your pants to show yourself. They can't see. Yeah.
I got avocados on my feet. I got
Now,
J's
now,
on
now
my
I have to hold my breath because your shoe very near. So yeah, you were saying what the World Cup's held at.
What a
at
start to an
Qatar.
episode.
I mean, isn't it normal for
Should
us?
we say like it's been a while since we recorded an episode? Since
No,
the
actually,
last
it's
one,
been
since
a
19.
while. No, it's not. It's the first time in forever where he's sporting a full beard.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So, hey, I want mine. Can you see? Can you see mine? Can you see now?
I
you
can
edit?
imagine it.
If I'm doing this, can you edit in a beard?
I think I can.
How much longer you want me to go?
Let me give you
This one?
yeah, it should be fine.
Should be fine? Okay.
Should be fine.
I want
It's
to
a
see.
good clip.
You will see that, but then I think you won't do anything.
You say that, and then I put that part in the trailer.
And this the only thing. Then
Follow us on TikTok. On TikTok.
no,
Alright.
I got nothing.
We have dying squirrels on the episode.
Today, we had like dying squirrels.
Yeah, I'm talking to one.
Squirrels in my pants. Squirrels.
So,
Yeah, Qatar.
so cater, right?
Caterer.
So caterer,
For what event, sir?
the World Cup.
The World Cup. Okay, so basically, I think he suggested basically that we will do an episode where
Like
we
a migraine coming in.
Go lah. Got couch behind now. Sleep. Bye. Can you plop on the couch? And then they see how comfortable it is. Isn't it comfy? It's so comfy. Okay, so the reason actually isn't so comfortable.
It is.
I really want a couch like that. But anyways,
Buy it yourself.
yeah, that's the point. I do want to. As in, he wanted to do an
What's the name
episode.
of our podcast?
You shut your mouth. I haven't finished my one sentence or so.
I'll go
He,
back.
okay. He wanted to do an episode about World Cup, and I mean, it seems just right because that's the one that's like happening and stuff. You were actually sharing that. Actually, his story is stupid because I asked you. I whispered to him just now, like usually when he introduced himself with his name, and I'm always like, "Hi," and then I changed my name to fit the episode. So I'm like, maybe introduce yourself as like a soccer player, and then I'll do. And then he said Messi, and when I asked you why, your response was just so you could say Messi boy. You're like some unjack back in primary school.
No,
all
no,
the I,
that's the joke.
back.
Yeah, it's like shitty usernames. But I don't know anything about soccer.
Do you know my younger sister is a huge fan of Messi to a point that her email address and her phone password or things like that, or there's a lot of social media. Something she used to put Messi's name or Messi's number in a lot of the thing. I think
She has
one of her
she has his
birthday
number?
party, no, like jersey number.
Oh,
And one of her, I think her 18th birthday or something, they actually like, I think people threw her a Messi themed party. You were there, unless you were
I
not
don't
there.
think so. I mean, unless it was so boring that my brain just like it's not even worth keeping this memory. It's just
To
like,
me,
you know,
I remember that she enjoyed that party. However, the strangest thing I find about that party was, think about it this way, okay? If I'm doing, let's say, a Shrek theme party,
Yes.
we all can play characters, right?
Yes.
Play different characters. But if you're doing one single soccer player, how do you think people will come dressed up? So people were dressed up normally, but I genuinely don't know who did this. Someone printed out the face of Messi, poked hole in the eyes area and stuff, and that was everybody's mask. So you just can you picture that?
it's horrible.
That was her. I remember that very clearly because I'm like, and Messi is not a cartoon
Wasn't it-
character; he's a real person.
Wasn't that like one of the masks from like the first Purge movie?
Yeah, because it's so.
Like it was just some smiling
killing.
guy with like holes for eyes.
Yep. So
I
I
don't know
remember
why I did
that.
it.
So at least, by the very least, she still like I told you I can't bend that much,
It's your problem.
but you didn't make that comment the last time, so
Oh,
don't
yeah,
say
it's
anything.
I forgot we already did that.
You did that again. Because so the reason why I'm sharing that is at least she liked Messi, but you really don't have any soccer player you're like really.
Really?
There's so many players to list. Like
Yeah,
no
exactly.
time to-
And they're all the same fucking person. Every single one of them. I don't give a
There's so
shit.
many countries in World Cup. You're like no.
Yeah, but all the players are the same person. Like
You don't have any that you know. Okay, list me 5
okay,
soccer players.
if you had to maybe choose one, it would be that guy who got banned. Like what was his like Zidane, I think from like I don't know. I think from he's French from from I want to say 3 World Cups ago. He was the guy who like head butted another player, and like that act. I think it was like the finals, and
So why do
he
you
head
like
butted
him?
because he did the one interesting thing to ever happen in any World Cup. Because like
I like
after
beg to differ.
after Zidane getting banned from like playing soccer internationally, after that was like Shakira's song for the next World Cup, which I think was Rio.
I thought you were going to say Shakira playing soccer, and I'm like, she'll be a hot soccer player.
Yeah, that's how you get like people to watch the World Cup.
But that's Waka Waka is so
Yeah,
fun. Until now, it's still the
It's
best.
a great song.
World Cup
And
song.
honestly, like I wish they just like at that point they were like, why bother with making it that World Cup song? They should just make it the World
The
Cup song.
World Cup song, yeah.
Because
No, but apparently there's a new one.
who gives a fuck? It's not Shakira. Shakira don't care.
Her hips don't, no, I'm kidding.
She don't lie. She physically cannot.
But-
I tested her.
Okay, so if I ask you your favorite soccer player, oops, you cannot give me an answer specifically because according to you,
Like-
everybody's the same.
because,
But
like, if
do
you
you have a
ask-
favorite soccer team at least?
I would like
Don't
to.
say your please don't say Singapore.
Why not? I respect my
Oh,
country.
Fandi Ahmad. Any other player you know here? The name? Actually, I know a few players.
Jung Hao
names.
Tan.
How to do what?
How to play soccer.
Doing how to play soccer.
Singapore's professional sports is so like single race that it's like
We do
like
have.
we would send like you would think like you would send like the one race that plays soccer under the block, you send them, but they're too busy doing drugs, so they send the other race to do it in their place. Because like they're good at badminton, may as well send them for soccer. They pick
I
it up,
thought
cook
actually,
it
I
with
actually
bats.
thought you're going to link it more towards Indians than Malays though, because everybody knows in this country racially profile soccer is very much an Indian thing. Then it's a Malay thing.
It's just more like both.
A little bit, but because takraw is definitely not an Indian thing.
That's true, but no one gives a fuck about takraw.
But have you seen some
Fuck
people
off.
play those? Hi Fariz's mom. Hi auntie. Your son swear on the show
Don't say a
about
word,
your
word.
national sport. Silat. You know Silat. I wanna fight. Can you come at me? In a Silat form. Come at me. Just come at
It's
me.
more like a,
So we'll just be like that. Because you cannot touch me, I cannot touch you.
why is it like that?
I mean I'm sitting at an angle,
my
right?
favorite thing about Silat was always like when I was younger, the way it was described to me, because I didn't get it. Because like Silat is a
But Singapore
a-
got Silat
yeah.
athletes that are
But the
quite
thing is
good.
like they never tell you about those people. It's like when a lot of kids, or even like for like the kids around me, it's like when it was around that age to like introduce like, hey, this is our culture and our cultural martial art, our way of self-defense is
Yeah.
Silat. It was like, oh, that sounds cool. And like, all right, so you wear this cool looking thing with like a weird looking hat, but it's kind of cool. You have like belts, just like taekwondo, because everyone knows taekwondo, like kung fu and all that. So then they're
You
like,
see,
okay.
there's no such thing as kung fu. It's only karate. Your words, not mine.
I was like, when I said it, I was like, I remember it. Oh yeah, it's
It's
karate.
karate.
Kung fu doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Kung fu is only a thing because of Kung.
Fu Panda. Oh.
It's like I
Okay.
think it's like movies. I don't know. But like for Silat, it's like yeah, they don't tell you of like legends, because there are Malay legends like Hang Jebat, Hang Buto. I can't think of anyone else.
Can you imagine if someone's watching this and they go and Google who's Hang Buto? I'm so happy
I can show
YouTube
you.
won't have to censor
I can
this
show
one.
you a Hang Buto if you want.
Hello Faris mom. Hello Faris dad. No. Hello Faris nene. She's scolding right there.
And then you just laugh in the background, put it inside your pocket.
So nene is so cute. His grandma is the cutest and she's a Silat champion.
She might be. I don't
You
know.
never know. You never ask your grandma, does she like fight? For all you know, your grandparents' love story could be like your mom beat up your grandfather and he's like, that's the one. She's the one.
It was supposed to be Silat kid. Well, karate kid. Silat son.
Silat. It just sounds so
Son
cool.
of Silat. Sounds kind of cool.
It sounds nice. Okay,
But
we coined that.
But like, But like, yeah, you a lot of people they tell you about this, like, it's cool and shit. They're like, all right, I want to see in action. And then and if it's like me, a lot of Malay kids who like their first real exposure to silat is when they go to a wedding, and then everyone gathers at the front. Well, this is all before COVID, way before COVID.
When we were really young, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone would like gather towards the front, which is like where the dais is. Where
bride and
for
groom
Malay
sits.
weddings, is like where they sit. The wedded couple sits at the front on the couch.
Bride and groom, man. So
Oh, yeah.
complex. Wedded couple.
Sure.
Okay.
So then they'll usually have like a family member or something who does like a silat demonstration. Yeah, and yeah, they do that.
So
They
near
do
the
that
couple.
for like 25 minutes. And like they do nothing. They do nothing for 45 minutes.
I don't know how the number went from 25
Yeah,
to
so then
45.
you're watching them for like 3 hours, right?
The whole wedding is just for the show.
The couple like, fuck you, man.
They only the couple and they take the food, eat, the photography. Can you imagine they're doing that? But somehow the photographer is behind the guy and still continue taking group shots.
It's the photographer doing it, so no one is like taking pictures for 3 hours. Like we paid you like $2,000.
I laugh or die. Okay.
Yeah, it's almost like we're a comedy podcast.
So
So like it sucks. Honestly, it's not even that cool looking. It's really slow, and you seriously don't
Hey, but have you
understand.
seen some silat matches though? They
Yeah,
do
now
look
I have.
cool.
Now I have. Like
You mean not what you just did, right? I'm talking about like competitive silat.
now I have. I just did it. No, but I have.
Watch mine.
I think that was a friendship.
Why? Because I'm Indian lah.
Yeah.
So if I was Malay, it's be fine.
What was the Indian self-defense martial art?
It's called it's a long word. I think it's called Silam
Never heard of it.
Get some of the show. So it's the one where they use the sticks. Have you seen those? The long stick.
Yeah, it doesn't count though, because you need a weapon.
Oh, you mean just the
Like just like hand-to-hand combat.
Have.
Never heard of it.
No, I actually trying to I try to think of the name. Have, but I don't know what is it. It's basically still like wrestling though. It works like wrestling.
Also, it's like a grapple base. It's like judo.
You touch, you tackle, you do
Yeah.
all that, but it's have.
Oh,
But I
okay.
forget the name for that. I'm sorry.
So
'cause
even you've never heard of it. Welcome to the cultural podcast where we talk about
what is
cultures.
it? Maybe I got it. I'm unconventionally Indian.
I don't know where that girl is. I hope she's doing well.
She's doing fine. Or
I
whoever.
I hope she is married right now and had the most stereotype Malay wedding I've ever seen in my
On the
life.
block.
Under block, the pelamin is like golden. I'm sorry, the dice is like
Same,
like yellow.
pelamin, yeah.
The color scheme is white and gold. And her bridesmaids do like a shitty game that no one listens to.
Have you ever thought that that's because there's so many people? That's why they couldn't like pay attention. But okay,
pretty much.
couple weddings aside, it's in a wedding episode. Now I would have a lot of things to say. We're gonna talk about World Cup because you still haven't answered to me your favorite team.
How did we get to see that?
Because is that your favorite team, Singapore team? Oh, because of
I think that was the
Singapore,
joke.
Fandi Ahmad. Then he went to. So
I guess,
I think.
Somewhere. No, I already told you. It's like if.
You had to pick a team.
I already told you Zidane. Oh,
No,
there's
but there's a
team.
person. I said team. Exactly. You see, you don't even know what question I asked.
Uh,
Hey kids, don't do silat effects.
If-
Facts. It messes with your mind.
if I had to choose a country, I think okay. In that case, I think I have to choose the very basic option and go with like Brazil.
Oh, I was going to say it together at the same time, but you went too fast. Go screw yourself.
I was talking.
This actually. You
So
blind, is it?
Brazil,
I want to talk about Brazil.
Brazil soccer team has more budget than the rest of the entire country combined.
Okay, I want to talk about the good part again. Can I
Oh,
talk-
we're not going there yet.
No, haven't yet because I want to talk about good part. about
Alright, fair
Brazil.
enough. The good thing
Okay,
about
so
Brazil,
it-
right, is that
Okay, so Brazil.
like the beaches are
Can you
kind of
not?
nice. When they're
No,
not
I'm
covered in
talking about the
trash,
team.
but- Oh,
Is there-
so when they're not covered in trash, they actually play pretty
You
well.
talk as if your Singapore beaches are pristine, like their water so green, sand all cannot make it in life. People eat the crap food, throw the plastic bag, and then kids they
I don't think we can hear any audio, but
it's like I trash and then the azan went off. Yeah, we are near a mosque.
We're right next to a mosque.
We drink silat in the mosque afternoons together.
Oh.
No, but actually I cannot enter the mosque like that. Tak halal.
Oh yeah, you have a. According to
I got chest.
Malays,
Exposed chest.
you have like you go to hell like just for thinking of dressing like that.
Ooh, it's gonna be hot and happy. But no, okay, so
I don't know
actually
where this episode's going.
no, neither do I. I think I'm on drugs. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, because we had mushrooms just now. I meant fried edible mushrooms that taste good, not the drugs. Have to be very clear these days.
Fuck you, CNB.
So episode is just,
It's just all over.
No, okay. Yeah, this is something sounds like what you would do. There. Okay, so
Eat mushrooms?
actually maybe. The reason, okay, for me, the reason why I got very happy when he said Brazil is because Brazil is actually my favorite soccer team. Not now, since I was young, and only because the reason why I feel that affiliation with supporting Brazil team is all thanks to my dad. Back then, don't forget, I think now also people still need to do that, but because there's digital streaming services, back then before any of it came up, when World Cup season started, in your SCV boxes, you got to pay to subscribe to those specific soccer channels
you
to watch
still
the
do.
match. Yeah, but I
For some
think now,
reason.
no, but now I think there are digital platforms also that do it.
No,
But back then there is
like to my knowledge now it's like there are places you can legit like you can stream it for
Correct,
free,
yeah.
like legally. Like you
Yeah.
don't have to like find a shitty Chinese website to like stream it illegally. It's like
Yeah.
that there's official streams that do it like in HD. It's
It's
like
clear
it's
as
seamless.
shit.
It's
Yeah.
really good. But for some reason, like
Some people just like the
Singtel
channel.
and stuff, like they still pay for
And
it.
no,
I
but
don't get
some
it.
people like it. So I think that they just like the vibe, and also depends on how much people have forked out money in terms of setting up their home theater system. If some people they have those huge TVs, fantastic speakers, men especially, I know I'm stereotyping, I apologize, but it really is true. Men really like that vibe. But some of
But then
them
it's
they
like-
like the company, so they go to a bar or they go to a
But
coffee
then it's
shop
like,
or
even
something.
if you like it at home, it's like you just plug in your laptop
It's not the
to
same.
HDMI.
You can't tell that to dads around.
God, people are stupid in this country.
Did it?
Tell them to plug in the HDMI cable. I don't understand. I don't.
I feel like I got like a younger me was taking a jab at that comment. The way you say, I
I
don't
was.
understand. So
Where
the
you?
reason
Where am I?
the reason why I like World Cup as in Brazil so much is legit because and the reason why I said I introduced myself as Ronaldinho, specifically him, is
That's true. Ronaldo
be-
was pretty fun.
yeah, because back then that is which was what like for example Michael Jordan 1996 Chicago Bulls were called like the dream team for
Yeah.
basketball then. Similarly when not Cristiano Ronaldo, now he's all like that, all old already. Ronaldinho, when these people were playing in Brazil, that was Brazil's dream team. This
Yeah.
was late 90s, early 2000, where almost every World Cup back to back, it belongs to Brazil. That's how good Brazil was. And the reason why for me I love Ronaldinho, for someone who don't really play soccer, why I loved watching Brazil matches, not just because my dad liked them so I like it, was because Ronaldinho made it entertaining.
Yeah.
He does all that stupid tricks that fucks with the other player. And I'm just like, you're watching that because it's like watching a little magic show where the guy is, because he does a lot of tricks and
I think for
it's
me,
so skillful.
like the way even back when people describe like the World Cup and
Yep.
all that stuff, it was very like it legit felt like it was like a meeting of the minds. It's like these are the best players on the planet, and like they're all going head to head. So it's not like your typical kick here, kick there. Even like your strategies alone, like that's not enough. You need to be individually skilled.
Yeah.
So it's like the things that I remember watching, like Ronaldinho especially, was like he used to like essentially it was like he would like dance around the ball while the ball is still going like one direction.
He dances and
Shout out
not
to Harry
just
Styles.
and he doesn't just dance around the ball. He danced around the players
Yeah.
and the opponents who take him very seriously. He will screw with them even further because it's like, while me messing around, watch me score this now.
Yeah.
And it was so
It
fun.
legit felt like like if these were the greatest players on the planet, you just want a World Cup. It's the
Yeah,
World Cup.
yeah.
Like every country has the best players, you know.
Correct.
Like, so it's like at that point you're at the finals, so you are like the best of the best. And now it's like it looks like it. Back then it looked like it. It's like this guy. If you told me he was the best soccer player on the planet, I would easily believe you
Yeah.
because like no shit, look at what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, honest, I'm not gonna lie.
It's between just two people.
I'm not the biggest fan of soccer. I'm not really a sports person.
Yeah.
I haven't kept up with the World Cup like at all.
Mm-hmm.
But like because for me especially now, it looks like you could show me a match from the World Cup this year, one that happened like last night,
Okay.
and like
okay.
an English Premier League match that happened like
Liverpool, Manchester.
like last month, and they would look the same.
I get what you
It's like
mean.
what's the point? Like it's the same shit.
And to me, it's always
White people are still playing anyway.
No, it's not even that. Like now, like you're talking about that time, like how like the entire team was, even though there were like star players and things like that, an entire team was very well respected. Now there's only two people, but yes, I'm not saying that they're not skillful. They are hella skillful, but it's always that thing. It feels like two celebrity, like singer fandoms. Where are you team Cristiano Ronaldo or are you team Lionel Messi? It's just Messi, Ronaldo. Messi, Ronaldo.
I'm team this country should pay these people less and put more money into like their teachers or something. Alright.
Now we ready for it? Ready? I think you have to. Can you crack your fingers quite near the?
Let's
Can I do one? Can I do one a bit nearer?
Alright.
Can I do the neck?
Alright.
To go a bit near. I think you pick it up. Oh, okay. Your hands look amputated. Can you come back? Can you come back?
Here's why the World Cup sucks. Number one. I'm number one.
Rule number one. Let's make
One,
it clear.
even-
Why my
even-
that song is in my head?
Number one, even here, I cannot escape really loud motorcycles. Okay.
Balik tu. Okay, no, but other than all this aside, we have to address.
Yeah, because honestly,
World
there's
Cup.
one even. I think this year in particular is a pretty big like there's
But
a spotlight on it.
Qatar is also different because Qatar is not like it's a third world
Yeah, that's the problem because
Place.
because Qatar is like
killer.
because Qatar is it's I think I want to say like the first like Muslim majority nation to like host the World Cup,
Yeah.
and there has been a lot of.
Do you hear about like the LGBT?
Yeah, that's the
okay.
there's a lot of things against it, and I think when it comes to that standpoint, it goes both ways. It seems
Okay.
where you have people saying like Qatar should be more progressive because this is a World Cup. You're not just like it's not like because it's not like this is like it's not like the FIFA association just like dumped it onto you. All right, you're doing the World Cup next year. By the way, it's like all right,
That felt heavy, but okay.
it's my fault.
I know.
It's like you're gonna host the World Cup. All right, fuck you. You're gonna do it. Then Kiri is like ugh. But like because this is a thing that like people bid for. It's like the Olympics. Like you bid for like I want to host it. Here's why I can
I
host.
think we were trying also to get it, but I'm so glad
Well,
we
you
didn't get
wanted
it.
it. I wasn't really very.
No, I wasn't wanting it. I'm just saying that I said we were trying, as in Singapore.
No.
I never said I wanted it.
I'm very ish about it.
No, I'm very glad we didn't get because we follow the whole COVID thing.
The joke is like as if we were the ones bidding for it.
Oh.
So speaking of Italy,
Why Italy?
this Mario is from Italy.
No. Japan.
No, the person.
Oh, I'm talking about the game. I'm a gamer now, guys.
Watch out for the father.
The day I
let's
actually
play.
say, and I meant it, I think you would just cry from joy in the next season. I've waited years for this moment.
Waited a decade for it.
We didn't reach a decade already. We've known each other that long.
Shit.
No, but actually, you know what? If really were Singapore were to actually do it, would you be for or against?
Against.
I just want to know where. Because if got space, then I'm like, why can't I get a house?
That's my main thing.
My
It's
main
like
thing is just
it's like you wanna host it, motherfucker. Because that in lines with a lot of problems which I think the world globally became a bit painfully aware of it ever since like Rio hosted the Olympics
your
a few
favorite
years
country
ago.
and the favorite
Yes. Because
event.
like it's no secret that Rio has a questionable government.
Yeah.
And I think what almost if not half of their population is in poverty and like living in the favelas, which a lot of people were like, "Ooh, the favelas," but then it's like you kind of learn like more than 5 minutes about it. Oh no, this is just fancy speak
It's
for
like
where the poor live.
slums.
Yeah,
Like,
it's slums, and like the fact that a country like that, which was struggling economically and politically,
yeah.
and like they were given like this world stage to hold a world event with world class athletes and all this, and like it was a tremendous fuck up, like to the point where billions of dollars was funneled from their running their own country, which was already struggling,
Yeah.
but it was taken away to pump into like I don't know how
All the
many more
raras
sports
for it.
events.
But if I'm not wrong,
sports
what
centers.
happened also was that
It's
area around where the things happened, the slums was like people were evicted anyways. So people were already living like shit, and now they're forced to be homeless because if not, it doesn't gel well with the vibe of what the World Cup.
No, it
and
was really one of the things that was highlighted, I believe, by Vice or some other like internet news thing.
Okay.
Was because the actual route from the airport that they have to where the main sports village was, it was too far to go by like their existing roads.
Yeah.
So
They had
they
to build.
cleared an entire new highway which went through several favelas and other districts. So not only did they force evict these people and then tear down their homes and then just kind of like fuck off, and then like
Now
you
it's
find your
over.
own house now,
Yeah.
even though you already had a house, you fuck off and find another one.
Yeah.
Not only that they cleared the way, they sped construction for it, and it was a nice road, which was the worst part because this whole time they were capable of doing it.
All along,
They just
you could have
never
done,
did
yeah.
it.
It
But
just
then after that, it was like the cherry on top of the cake was that then they constructed like these walls around the
Yep.
highway
Yep.
to be like, according to government officials, it was like, oh no, it's because the sound of the vehicles will be too loud for these favelas, so we actually want to drown out the noise. And then someone else was like, then the people living there, like, no, the government just doesn't want all these rich people to
see
us
us.
poors. And it was evident because there were parts of the highway wall that was opaque where the favelas were, where people are living. It was just a wall.
Yeah.
And then other parts were like, oh, look at them, like we're building a new school for this community. Suddenly that part becomes clear.
Yep.
And then it becomes blank, it becomes like opaque again. It's like,
But if you ask them to justify it by something by design or
yeah,
like,
it's some stupid shit like every single thing.
It's so messed up because any country might I add, which is not just that country, there's a lot of countries out there that needs to fucking fix their whole government system itself that puts just because World Cup, whether you like it or not, or Olympics, whether you like it or not, it is a very big economy booster because it does tourists fly in to come in, you bring revenue and all that. But in order for you to do that and you pump up money, if you are saying that it's for the bigger picture, if at least, okay, I'm not just saying Brazil though, like other countries and things like that, at least if you are able to use that extra money that you so jolly well collected for the betterment of your country, sure, go ahead.
Because,
but if you do not, which most of them don't,
because I think for
then
like Japan, right, the last Olympics that was hosted, because Japan was supposed to host it, but they were delayed a couple of years because of COVID. So, but when they eventually hosted the Olympics, a lot of the buildings that they built up, right, especially one fucking sweet thing that happened in the last Olympics, which I will forever remember, was that the last Olympics had skateboarding as an official like sporting
that was
event.
when it's the first time he watched the Olympics properly.
I kind of care about Olympics because it's like
no, but for the skateboarding part, you actually gave
I gave a shit. It was cool.
Yeah.
I think Japan had like a kid representing. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But like
You were sending me the videos. That's
yeah.
how into it you were.
I mean, okay, when it comes to like these like the FIFA World Cup and the Olympics as events, I do have more respect towards the Olympics because that shit is like ancient. They're both horrible. But the thing with several countries, and I think a lot of you can kind of judge a country with how they use their resources, is Japan, and I think a few other previous like hosts. They just turned these places into like public spaces. Like for the skateboarding one, they could have easily made it a temporary place, but they actually made it like a permanent installation.
Like a skate park.
And now it's just a skate park. Like any kid, anyone can just go there and skate.
Which I think it's like, you see, that's what I mean by, are you doing something in return to your country from taking the revenue? And nobody is doubting the fact that these international events is good for the country's economy. However, what are you doing with that money for your people that's living there?
I honestly, I mean, I never got into it, but I do kind of want to know whether the amount of revenue that comes in, like, does it actually like, is it like, does it actually profit the country? Because like these aren't like millions, these are like billions.
Yeah.
So it's like, does the revenue from tourists coming in, does it really equate to like billions back?
Depends. Okay, so for example, I can talk about something that's closer to heart in terms of country wise. F1 in Singapore, to build that track, to do all of that, for example, cost a lot of money.
Built though, wasn't it? Isn't the F1 night circuit, is it the Singapore night circuit, isn't it just already existing roads just configured to look
For
like a
you
circuit?
to make that thing into an F1 track thing with people viewing it, it costs money.
That's true.
It's not free. And okay, so that one is number one, it costs money. Number two, when you do an F1 event and you have road closures to divert, okay, those are all like, it costs money, right? And then
shout out to traffic police.
No, as in
Finally do your job.
okay, what I'm trying to say is that for them to ensure that F1 happens, it costs quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
But how many people, not just Singapore, how many people fly from other countries to come to Singapore? How many people book out MBS? And MBS gets sold out. The hotels anywhere nearby get sold out. Restaurant, people dine here when they stay here. People come here. The Singapore Airlines, basically everything tied up. It is a boost for your economy. You pumping out that money one time in a large lump sum and then touching it up here and there. The maintenance part, of course, you get like the sound people, the light people, all of your own internal people. Yes.
There's still people like the crews.
You have the crew already, but I'm saying that the big portion of money that was pumped out, it's a one-off thing which you did it back then. Now it's a maintenance thing. But the people who show up for it has either only increased, provided you also get like a well-known celebrity to come down also to do some gig. It's like a concert. So because F1 is not just the race now.
I think to my knowledge, the night circuit, I mean, Singapore-wise, I think more money actually comes from like the concerts that come with the F1.
So because you just build up on it, that the pre-existing money you have, eventually, what do you call it? And concerts, don't forget, yes, the artists make the money, but who gets a cut? There's always a percentage. I wish, man.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, yeah. But who gets a cut?
The venue and all that. F1, we scam the government. We're like,
I got a song. La 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 Elmo's World.
Copyright.
Oh, then what song you want? No, I don't like that song.
You don't want to be ever lasagna.
You stop calling her lasagna. She's an icon. But
yeah, so is lasagna.
So that's why I'm saying that you can cover back the cost. And now, let's say for future F1 events, it's automatic because people know like, okay, I got this and I got this concern, I got this. Might as well I make all of it. Like I do all of it all in one in terms of it. So you make, it's not about breaking even now, it's all about each time it happens, it becomes profit. But then the question thrown back is, what are you doing with the profit? If you ask Singapore, confirm it's a normal thing. I don't care if whoever comes at me for this, it was always said that all those important money goes to
political.
No, it's like they say country reserve. It goes to country reserve. True enough.
Just fancy speak for CPF.
No. Country reserve is not our CPF.
CPF.
It's not.
There you go, CPF.
It's not money for us. You don't get the country.
CPF.
Country reserve is literally reserve is in the event of a national crisis, you get the money. Case in point, when COVID happened,
I mean, we didn't really blow it. It's more like it was
a portion of it.
It was like 4 billion, was it?
Our country, just so you know, our the amount of money we have in the reserve, it's
It's a lot.
really
Like I think the actual amount is like kept secret. Like
yeah,
it's not public
correct.
knowledge.
Yes, you're right.
But like, I think because when COVID happened and like because that was when people started paying attention to local politics.
Yeah.
And like when it came to like the finance ministry, like they were like, alright, we need to tap into the reserves for the sake of our country.
Sake of the country, plus because businesses had to close, people were literally getting retrenched because companies were forced to close down.
So it's like the government wanted
Who's
to
getting
like,
money?
they were like, we need to pump in money like artificially to so to speak to keep the country afloat, or else like it will just wave out. And I remember it was like a not televised, but it was like a covered event. So it was like they
did the vote.
Yeah.
They put it in those booklets about what PAP did in terms of during COVID. It's part of a selling point.
Yeah, so it's I think one of the things which was very interesting because a lot of people don't know about it, and I think this is one of the rare times where it does happen where we are tapped into the National Reserve, which is to take any amount out, you need like presidential authority, which granted
authorization. Sorry,
you need presidential authorization. Orange juice nation. So what you need, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the president is advised by the prime minister and all that.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like surreal to know that when our current president is like Halimah Yacob.
Yeah.
I hope we date the podcast like now. It's like it was like on I saw like a video. And like she was like, yeah, I approve taking out, and we're like, all right. So then like the speaker or something says like, all right, we're taking out $4 billion of our reserve. And I was like, 4 billion, and then
that's like, not like I say,
and that's definitely like a part of it.
A very small part.
It's like holy fuck.
But
like
the thing,
this billion with a capital B.
Yeah, but the thing is that every single country has their own country reserves. The one I want to say that no matter how much I shit on this country here and there, which I still do as a fellow Singaporean and local, I feel sometimes it's my birthright to do it. However, when it comes to like when it comes to the COVID portion, when it comes to like putting your country, keeping your country, your citizens not in poverty, the difference I can always still say is this: the most broke person in Singapore, the poorest person currently living in Singapore, is still better off than someone from the slums in a third world country. For that is also because if you see Singapore, there are the poorer parts in Singapore where it's all rental flats and all that. But think about it, there is no slums in Singapore. There's shitty parts of Singapore,
potato.
but there's no like slums. And don't talk because slums sometimes the water is also not clean.
I'm not even gonna like when you said slums, I immediately thought of a specific neighborhood that happens to be nearby where we are. I was like, I can't say that
I know
I
exactly what you're talking
myself.
about. But you see, even if you're thinking of that neighborhood, think about it. The water
the
is
thing
still,
is like it's still a livable place.
It's shit for people because we are used to our norm is higher.
No, it's shit. Not because of the place, it's shit because of the people that are there.
That are near it.
That's the difference.
Yeah, but
that's a very good difference.
So in order, then people will sometimes also say like, oh, Singapore, you guys are able to do all of this because anyway, you guys are a small country and things like that. Small or big, there are countries smaller than us. There are countries, of course, but Singapore is not the smallest country in the world.
I know the Vatican's
one of the smaller countries. Yeah, but there are countries.
How many of them like actually like are worth a damn though?
I don't know.
Because I know the Vatican is one of them, like Vatican City.
We are very well known because of how.
I'm gonna do a quick Google search.
What?
Smallest nations.
No, countries. Type countries. Nations, then it will give you a lot more.
It's true.
But so basically, like if Singapore were to ever have a World Cup, I would be not really for.
Oh yeah, Monaco.
There's so many.
We're not even on the list so far.
No, you got to scroll a bit more.
How is Brunei? Oh, I guess I mean like.
You got to.
In order.
Alphabetically or something. We really are not the smallest. This one I know because I've always thought Singapore was the smaller one. Because in your head, when you think like other countries, it depends on which continent they're at. That's why sometimes people mistake the size of it.
People think Singapore's in China for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I mean,
According to a according to a website called TitleMax, which I don't really trust. I don't know what this
what
thing
are we,
is.
20 something?
According to this list, we are 20th.
Oh, I'm not that far off. I'm not wrong. 20th smallest country in the world. I know we were not like top 10 or anything for sure. I like geography.
Damn.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
want
this one.
Grenada.
Grenade?
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 No. Number one is what?
Vatican? I think the Vatican is the smallest country.
Okay,
in the
so
world.
according now finally people we can say that Singapore, I don't know if this number is correct though. Singapore is apparently 726 kilometers square.
You can say square kilometers.
Oh,
It's a professional way to
square
say it.
kilometers.
You're no longer in primary school, you dumbass.
Vatican City, Mike, so cute. 0.49, small boy.
It's a small. I mean, it is literally it's a city.
I mean, yeah.
Somehow it's a sovereign
actually,
state.
Monaco, Naruto, Tuvalu, San
You said
Marino.
Naruto.
Monaco.
It's like
Nauru,
the Vatican, Monaco, Naruto.
Oh, Nauru.
Shout out to Hokage Naruto.
What? Who's gay?
Naruto.
Then we got Marshall Islands, Saint Kitts and Nevis, Maldives. I know. Malta also I know. Grenada.
I didn't know Malta was a country. It was a city.
Saint Vincent and the Grenadines. Grenadines.
Oh,
Barbados.
I love that band.
Antigua and Barbuda. Seychelles.
That's where Rihanna was from.
Palau. Barbados, yes. Andorra.
Andorra?
No, you would think of it from Frozen.
Andorra? I hardly knew her.
You know who won Singapore? Tonga.
Me.
Oh. Mauritius is bigger, Luxembourg and all that. Cape Verde.
Okay, Verde.
It's by okay, this is by
I'm
like
surprised Brunei is on the
numbers.
list.
Brunei is not very small though, but
I'm
it's
surprised
like,
it's like because these are like if this
you know-
website is listing there's a lot of countries.
yeah, because
But
it's
like-
from the sheer size, the dots.
Yeah, but
it's
Brunei's
a
like
good
number
website though.
32.
If you can, what I'm going to make an empty
Shout out to
promise.
titlemax.com.
No, I will apologize. Yeah, put the link there so you guys can actually
Yeah.
go and see the.
I don't know how
Size
accurate.
of
I just googled smaller countries in the world in order, and that was like one of the first links. So
Which is it seems.
it's like a quick Google search, but
But
if-
I know Singapore. I think circumference we are about 50-ish.
ish, yeah, around there.
Yeah, but yeah. So if World Cup, if you guys do watch World Cup.
It sucks.
And men, oh my god, god damn it, men. The same men, not the same, it's a different group of men.
You know what? We should start wrapping up.
I want to rap by shit on men
But-
first. I want to shit on men first. Can I shit on men?
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so men, y'all take note. The ones who are.
I
as
allowed it,
psycho-
by the way, man. So
He empowered me. The ones who
Way to
are
share the
as
spotlight.
the ones who react the same way when it comes to games and they cannot like separate that from reality. Similarly to the men out there who cannot separate World Cup to literally just understanding that it's a game, it's a competition and stuff. Please keep your bloody cool. Do not make lives for people working at bars and everything miserable. Don't start your fight. Don't start punching people. Don't create a ruckus. Don't make the life of policemen miserable. Or maybe you might give them some action to get in on. And please do not do that stupid thing where you'll throw your what do you call it? TV, furniture. There are people who know that just
furniture
punch.
at their TV.
Yeah, please
There
don't
was
do
a
that.
guy in the US. I watched this clip on it was a website.
Yeah,
There's a guy who got like pissed. He was an American. Though.
nothing new.
Like he was pissed that the US like lost their match, and so they were like kicked out of the World Cup.
It's
And, like,
soccer. They're not going
He
to.
punched his TV, and he was like cursing at the TV. And all I could think of is like, do you expect the US to win
win?
this year? Like,
This is not American football. This is like soccer. It's not your element, but yeah. So please don't
Y'all
make
can't even do
lives
that, right?
miserable. The ones I know that I've had relatives where they go in a frenzy of bad mood when their team loses, and they get all yelly.
no, my
and I'm
thing,
like, calm down.
my thing with like Americans are like football because you say it multiple times, but like, you guys have your own version of football. Yeah, but it sucks so bad that the best thing about the like the Super Bowl the superb owl,
Is
right?
the celebs.
It's like
The concert also.
it's like it happens every year, right? And it's a national event that some people outside the country pay attention to, right? Now, I know people here who pay attention to the superb owl, but
Superb.
like the thing is, like, the only thing that people know about anything about American football
Who's performing?
is the fucking halftime show. And like
And the ads. The ads
yeah,
are very
the
famous.
commercials,
Ad,
the Super Owl halftime ads are like some of the most talked about ads of that year.
Ever.
It's like most of the time, like they get so creative that it's like studied. Like, okay, this is how it works and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like your own. Like no one knows any of your teams. People know more about Pepsi than fucking American
I'm
football.
trying to see if I know anybody. By then the episode should be cut. I should just pause when I'm thinking. Then you end the episode. It's like,
No, alright. Well, our wrapping up point.
I think we took longer than we should have.
At this current time, we are heading into the finals. We're in the semi-finals. So as of right now, Argentina is gonna be like one of the teams in.
So basically,
in the finals.
Argentina is going to play another country to dictate who is the winner and who is the second
Yes.
runner-up, basically.
So currently, there is Croatia, France, and Morocco. They are facing off for like the second spot in the finals. So of these three teams, who do you think is going to be, and then who do you think is going to win in the finals? We're gonna call it right now. If we get it right,
Are we calling the trip of who we want to win? I'm still Team Argentina for the
like
winners.
both. So in a sense, we're like
I think that's
it's
a
between
very
four teams.
strong team though.
We're between four teams. So
Okay.
Argentina's already in the finals.
Okay, so we are going to rank 4-3-2-1 basically, right? We can do that. We just
Not
see.
really. I just like who do you think is gonna be the two teams? Who's gonna face off against Argentina and who's gonna win? It's just like
Okay, for me, Argentina is going to win. Who is going to face off Argentina?
it's between France, Morocco, and Croatia.
I want to put
France and Morocco are gonna face off though, so it's a bit.
My bet is Morocco might win that match. Then Morocco, Croatia. Okay, my guess, and I don't get me wrong, I've never done soccer betting before, and I don't know much about soccer. The top two will be Argentina, Croatia. Argentina will take the winners. Will be the winners for this year's World Cup. Yours, please.
I think France is going to win, so then France goes against Croatia, just like the World Cup finals, the last World Cup.
4 years
But
ago.
last year France won, so I think Croatia is going to win, but Argentina is going to win.
So you are same as me. First
yeah.
Argentina, second
So
Croatia.
Wait, that's not fun. All right, I'll change mine.
No, but I think your third and fourth is different from mine though.
Yeah. Okay. I changed mine to. It's gonna be Croatia against France again, but France is gonna win.
So yours is France
and
versus
France are gonna win, but the French are gonna come from behind with their white flags. Turns out it's a sword, stab them. France is gonna win the World Cup.
Argentina's going to win the World Cup. Can we end the episode with us pointing? Who do you think?
Who do you think? Who's gonna win the World Cup? Tell us now.
Me. Oh, sorry.
Like and subscribe. Who do you think gonna win? Comment.
Remember how the High School Musical tier thing? I said this one, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what-
It's basically what I mean.
Its voice comes out, brain comes there.
How long the episode?
It's like 50,
Too long?
50-ish minutes.
Quick, end the episode. It's too long.
It's fine.
Bye.
Thank you very much
No,
for watching.
bye.
This was, if you made it this far from the point, is me, Snake Penis 29, and this is my co-host, Messi Boy
Ronaldinho.
239.
I don't want. I just said Ronaldo. 69.
Ronald Disco 69.
La 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 la.
This was farther from the point. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching and for
I'm
listening.
your co-host.
If you like what you heard, give us a like and a follow. We appreciate it. Helps out the channel very much. Give us 5-star, please. Best
How to do
mode.
star? Can you put a star in my diamond here? Okay, we're gonna end the episode. We do Among Us. Among Us. Why so weird this time?
This is like a fat boy.
Oh, I was gonna say the pantat look big.
Thank you.
Out.
Enjoy World Cup responsibly. Don't drink and drive. I'm dead now. Oh, the top of my head is still.